On this episode of Motorsport recently, we look back at the Northeast Grand Prix and the German Grand Prix. Also, has Lance Stroll's dad just bought Force India? And it's about time I gave you an update on ASR. This is Triple Crown Racing, let's get into it. So over the weekend we had the German Grand Prix, and oh my god, I could literally not have been more depressed if they played sad violin music throughout the race. As you can tell, I'm definitely not biased against Mercedes. In qualifying, it was Sebastian Vettel leading the way in his Ferrari, followed by Valtteri Bottas and Kimi Räikkönen. Lewis Hamilton had broken his car in Q1, meaning that he would be starting from 14th. This had set the stage for something truly special, and as once again Lewis Hamilton would have to deliver and fight his way back through the field. Mainly, I was happy that Vettel would probably run away from the whole thing, because I quite like Vettel. So the race got underway, and just as expected, Vettel was controlling the race, with Hamilton fighting his way back through the field. Vettel and his teammate Räikkönen were on different strategies, and as a result, Kimi Räikkönen actually ended up out ahead of Vettel at one point. I won't go over the whole thing where Ferrari basically told Räikkönen to let Vettel through, because that's something the entire F1 community already knows about, and it's basically the 2018 version of Fernando is faster than you. Anyway, Ferrari were controlling the race and they were being followed by the two Mercedes. But the ultimate wild card hit when the rain started. Many people came into the pit lane to change to intermediate tyres, but the front runners stayed out knowing the rain wouldn't last very long. And it didn't. But because it rained, the track was still wet, and Vettel made the tiniest mistake that ended up with him skating off the track and hitting the wall. So that was that. It was a Mercedes 1-2 with Hamilton winning. I hate this. No one I like had a good race. Ricciardo blew up, Leclerc was 2 laps down, Vettel crashed. To top it all off, Hamilton has retaken the lead of the Drivers' Championship, and Mercedes now leads the Constructors' Championship. Somebody shoot me. Anyway, next up is Hungary, and I actually can't be bothered. Next story. So apparently Lance Stroll's father has bought the Force India team to save his son from Williams, because Williams has been rubbish and nobody wants Lance Stroll on their team. As far as most people are concerned, Force India is practically broke. As we all know, Lance Stroll's father is rich as, with him actually buying his son into Formula 1. However, Williams and Stroll aren't doing as well as planned. Surprise, surprise. So Stroll needs a new race seat. So if this is true, Lance Stroll will move to Force India for 2019, which will have huge implications on the driver market. Somebody will have to leave Force India. If you were going on current stats, Esteban Ocon would be getting the boot, with Sergio Perez beating him in 2017 and currently 2018. However, last year was Ocon's rookie season, and the 2018 season currently isn't over yet, so we can't really say who will actually leave at this point. If this is true and somebody does leave, where they will go is a complete mystery, because the driver market is hectic enough already. All I can say is that probably by the end of this year, at least 1 or 2 drivers will end up with no drive. I'm not going to talk about the driver market in this video, but if you guys want me to make a video that covers my predictions for the driver market in 2019 and where everyone will end up, put it in the comments below and I'll see what I can do for you. Last weekend saw the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship head to Lime Rock Park for the Northeast Grand Prix. This was a GT only round, so no prototypes this weekend. The championship battle was close in both GT classes. This race was going to be extremely important. In GTLM, it was the 3 Corvette on pole of Antonio Garcia and Jan Magnussen, followed by the 912 Porsche of Lawrence Van Tour and Earl Bamber, and the 66 Ford of Dirk Mueller and Joey Hand. In GTD, it was just as I predicted, with the 58 Wright Motorsport Porsche of Patrick Long and Christina Nielsen on pole, followed by the 2 3GT Racing Lexi. multiple Lexus. So the race got underway, and Corvette dominated a lot of the race right from the get-go. On the first lap, we had a crash involving the 96 Turner Motorsport BMW and the 93 Meyershank Acura. They were both out of the race. The Corvette out front was being followed by the 912 Porsche, but the Porsche went off track, giving second to the 66 Ford. Matters got worse for the Porsche when a faulty wheel gun cost them a lot of time during a pit stop. In GTD, it was the Wright Motorsport Porsche out front, followed by the 3 GT cars, but all three of them suffered from the issue that is tyre wear. The Lexus slowly but surely fell down through the pack. The Porsche held on for longer, but eventually they succumbed to the same issue and came under attack from the Magnus Racing Audi, and they eventually lost out to them. From there on in, they tumbled back down through the GTD pack. By this point, the Paul Miller Racing Lamborghini had made its way to the front and stayed there till the end. But the action was still on in GTD, with many cars still battling right until the end. However, in GTLM, with 13 minutes to go, Jan Magnussen, who had been doing so well, dropped the ball at the final corner while going through GTD traffic. He kept the car going in a straight line, but it cost him a place, with the 66 Ford of Joey Hand taking the lead and staying there. The race ended, and in GTLM, it was the 66 Ford that came home to win, followed by the 3 Corvette and the 912 Porsche. In GTD, it was Paul Miller Racing with their 48 Lamborghini coming home to win, followed by the 44 Magnus Racing Audi and the 63 Scuderia Corsa, who had actually fought their way furiously up through the GTD field. This race has had massive championship implications, with the 66 Ford now taking the championship lead away from its sister car. Speaking of which, the sister car had a poor race and has actually dropped down behind the 3 Corvette, as a 10-point lead over its championship rival, the 86 Meyershank Racing Acura. Other than that, the GTD championship is pretty much the same at the front. Everything is now just closer further down the field. The next race is Road America, and I'm not even going to bother making the predictions because IMSA is constantly churning out curveballs. So it's about time I gave you an update on ASR. So I was competing in the ASR GT3 Championship, but that's now been cancelled due to a lack of numbers. ASR has one championship left running, their Supercars Championship. However, it's only running on one console. ASR is well and truly dead. Last year, Tiamat Marduk started a chain reaction which almost killed the league entirely with his departure from the F1 Championship. Many other drivers in ASR followed suit. ASR's most popular league had been killed in an instant. Since then, ASR had been running Project Cars 2 and Forza 7 leagues in an attempt to revive it. Now, at the cancellation of the GT3 Championship, it looks like ASR has died. Or has it? ASR is going through a rebrand right now, with many of the old forums soon to be done away with in place of new ones. The name is also going to be changed from Aussie Sim Racing to the Motorsport Racing League. This is expected to happen during August. Oh my god, it's August! Anyway, this is quite exciting, and I'm gonna keep you posted on the whole thing right here on Triple Crown Racing. The only problem is now I'm out of a Project Cars 2 drive. Damn. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this episode of Motorsport Recently. As always, none of the footage I used in this video is mine, and I'll leave a link to the channels that I borrowed from in the description below. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.